Welcome to my Etoh series. This is the second episode, so if you didn't see the first one, go watch it after this video. Last time, I said I was grinding my first Sokoshing. So today, I will beat my first insane after a long time. Let's just go straight into the video. There's a lot of good first Sokoshing choices, which I'll just have to go over, and eventually I'll say what I picked. So let's go. Dance Tower is a good skill booster overall. Tower Mind Breaking is a little bit of a new, but keeping up the pure Cloud Object balance. Doesn't overuse them at least. Difficulty chart is just few floors you have to worry about, and there is a net for the second half. Unsettling Heights is a decent choice, but the problem is you get punished on the later floors. Adrenaline, although it gives the net for floor 9 and 10, you have to go for Hellish 7 and 8. Bank Trauma is usually a good one, pretty underrated. Also, yes, you can probably fall back to 1 from later on, although you can at least recover, unlike Selling Height and one more tower. That's the one more tower that has Starve and Selling Heights problem. The punishment. Although I have to say, this tower is actually somewhat fun. Fanning Glares is just harder form of double trouble. I did not really have that luxury yet, but if I had, speeding right through would be just fast-paced tower for me, and well, fast-paced is not really what I am. Speaking about the ODT, well, it's the easiest to see in the chart because the ODC just takes it. Inevitable failure is just trust gameplay. I'll probably have to do this later, but I don't really think right now it's going to be a good choice. So, what did I pick? The answer is, I don't know, simple, but I picked Tennis Tower. So let's see how it went. This grind after Torture skill, and first issue I encountered was floor 3 Tots Crossing. It's usually the first roadblock of the tower, and getting past Torture skill was almost like getting to floor 4, with the word almost being very good to put in, considering there's also Silver Laptop Splitting Crossing, and if you fail it, you're basically back at like halfway point of true skill. So safe to say that I had a lot of clip farms there. But hey, that was basically it for my first half of experience in a floor term wise, because, well, it was pretty much just a road to floor 5 then. And one thing you probably noticed, why am I using the home finder wall jump instead of the actual Tennis Tower footage? You'll definitely notice why when we get later deep down into the lore. Anyways, getting a few failures on floor 5 and we're on 6. That was the most flukable one for me, and usually it was just a floor 7 one, aka the second crossing, which consists of Tower of Impossible Expectation floor 8 and last 2 floors of Tower 2 skill. Although the gimmick is Tower 2 skill doesn't get buffed at all, because that's already hard enough. Anyways, I remember that first time getting there, I was basically beating TOIE a few times because I clip farmed through skill. Eventually, that led me to falling impossible expectations, and then I fell to floor 1. But let's address the elephant in the room. Something wrong was gonna happen. But no, that was just all cap what I said. Because instead, the next day I just passed it. In fact, I got to screen punching. Now, I don't remember how, but I failed screen punching and then some rage part, which is the last crossing of the tower. And then I just somehow like failed a 10-step wrap, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't remember any other fails there. But that was just amazing progress. Like, in fact, the next 7 run is going to turn out to be very good. I got to net, finally, and floor 8 for the first time. I felt pretty quick, but it was definitely a lot of progress already. To top it all off, I got back on floor 8 the very next day. Sad part is I may or may not have fell again. This time it was one jump on the net, or well, to be kinda exact, a 9-star wraparound from the left side. And why? I just slipped. Yeah, that's just a tradition for me, I guess, going from top to skill onwards. I gotta slip somewhere. Either way, I got another 8 run, but I just don't really think it's too worth mentioning other than just the fact that I got there back. Well, if I could have just gotten to that jump again, that would be nice, but I fell. This time back to square one. Oh wait. One day, I came back from school, just feeling ready to play more tennis tower and maybe getting that floor 9 this time. Well, that's what I wish would have happened. In front of you is Star of Infinity Gauntlet. Basically, it's a revamp that completely nullified everything from Tennis Tower you've learned. So, yeah, the day I came back, I'm pretty sure it was Tuesday. This was revamped. I was just in absolute shock and disbelief. I did not have Strangler anymore. I decided to check what's on with Infinite Gauntlet, but oh my god, this tower is basically just making me learn it from the scratch, because there is absolutely nothing that is kept from normal Finance Tower. Because now, instead of actually having Puresman, all that balance, I guess, it has client objects. And not to mention, Star now has Final Stretch for some reason. And outside on pretty much every floor other than one. Yeah, why did we got Tarf Group Punishment clones now? What is wrong? Yeah, I'd like to have more yap about how much I hate Tarf Infinity Gauntlet because of that, but not the time, and it's probably too late. So I had to choose the next tower. That wasn't going to be Infinite Gauntlet. It was difficulty chart. I was just so mad. I needed a quick soul crushing grind. It wasn't going to be like the quickest, yes, but that definitely be a very good one still. Basically, if you don't know, Tower of Difficulty chart only starts on floor 7. Well, some people just like to say 8, like me, because floor 7 gets absolutely irrelevant after some time of clip farming. You're just gonna get used to this floor. So I tried difficult chart. Okay, quick mention here. Yes, Tennis Tower still exists. The one I played, it's in Summit of Memories, but the problem is there's no practice place. And after the grind, I kinda realized, oh wait, I could have used the Etoh XL for the grind of specific floors. Yeah, I guess that's all my bad, I guess. But whatever. I'm gonna have to deal with that. But dang. So floor 9 was actually looking pretty good. And the first time I got here, I did this. Well, it's kind of funny how I literally found the almost exact same jump, just a different starting position, considering I already did pretty much the same one first time. That would end up biting me again, but fourth run was way further. Well, if you couldn't really tell already, the strategy I used for the trust jump, let's call that, was just absolutely dog shit. Why? It required some of the most stupidest things that I could have definitely missed by just simply doing it a different way. Yeah, all you need to know is that the strategy was not really it, chief. But I eventually got past it, obviously, because, well, how else would I progress in the tower? And, in fact, yeah, I was on floor 10. In fact, I just somehow fell from the final quarter stud. This was it. I was basically at almost end. Just one floor, and frankly, it's the easiest of them all. Let's talk about quarter studs though. Well, this is probably the hardest part of floor 10, and the one that can be either consistent or very RNG depending on what you do. Well, you see, usually people recommend you doing the alignment method, where basically just align your mouse with alignment keys to the exact middle spot of the quarter stud, and then basically doing the jumps like that. But I was having a pretty wacky one, but it was definitely really good for me because the strategy looked like this: go in the first person, go at the basically edge of the platform, jump to the first quarter stud, then do some little maneuvers and align basically, and then do the other two. Yeah, that failed 2 more times, but the 4th time, I don't know why 4th, not 3rd time was the charm, but I got past it. Let's look at the ROM. Oh my god, this was almost it. I almost beat Heart of Gujar. If this flick would have worked, I would have a couple of easy things to do left, and I would have beaten it. Funny part is, it was on the last day of 2025, where I basically wanted to beat the SC by the time the 2025 ends. So I really had to lock in, but thank god I had still like 6 hours left. The problem was I fell off gameplay wise. I could not get to floor 9 that often. In fact, the times I got to floor 9, they usually ended pretty quick, and that loop fail was long. 4.5 hours. It was 10:30 p.m. and I just couldn't take it anymore. I rage quit. Then I was just getting back for like the first week of the year, but it wasn't working. I was barely getting to 9 and even scratching the surface. I gave up on difficulty chart. This was very unfun grind to do, and half the time I got PB, I usually just lost the skill. And so, what now? It was actually pretty obvious for all to me. It's Tower of Double Trouble time. So Tower of Double Trouble is basically a purism hour that goes on for pretty long. The only reason why it's because it's split into 3 sides, A, B, and C. Side A consists of, well, the whole 10 floors. Side B is descending from floor 10B to floor 6B, and side C goes from 6C all the way to basically Wimpad. And fun part is, purism is what I am the best at. I love purism. The tower doesn't have outsides. The punishment of second half isn't the worst to deal with because it's actually pretty decent. In fact, you'll most likely recover somewhere on like cylinder parts or something like this when you're higher. Not to mention that the only thing that can stop you from Wimpad is one final jump. But after the 10 star traps you'll deal with and that one jump of 10C, I don't think you're gonna have that much problems. In fact, I don't even know after this day if you'll have that much problems. Let's just begin with a grind because most of this time was just floor 1 to 5. Yeah, I was just loop filing the beginning floors pretty common. In fact, I felt so many floor 4 or 3, mostly 3 rounds. 5 was sometimes failable, but after I found a pretty consistent strategy by Kovazu on how to do the ladder flick jump to this platform, usually a pretty hard jump for people, I honestly had a breeze with this floor. Almost, because yeah, I'll get to that really soon. Anyway, floor 6. Yeah, this was my probably biggest fluke yet in any tower. So 6 times 1, then straight up to floor 7. Oh, I felt about it. Oh wait, I'm on floor 6, bro. How am I this lucky? Is Jesus really on my side today? Anyway, back to 7 times 2. Oh, I beat it. 8 times 1. Oh, wait, I'm on 9? 9 8 times 1. Oh, I failed it, okay. I'm back on 8 though. Okay, this is fine. I'm almost back at 8 still. Would you look at that? I'm on 8. Oh, I felt to the bottom. Oh crap, I fell. That was a very crazy fluke, and sorry that I don't have footage. The only thing I have is this screenshot. Okay. Anyway, let's go to a very random Monday morning where I just thought, let's be silly. Let's come back to the difficulty chart just to see if it's still harassing me. It did not. In fact, I got to that ladder jump. I failed it because, well, I couldn't really remember any strategies. I kinda got the knowledge from that fail on how I could do this jump. So, on Saturday, I may have just gotten almost 10. I failed that very easy final trust section. It was definitely my fault for not knowing how to do this. But then I just thought, you know what? That is good. Let me come back to the difficulty chart. So I did. And dear God, I couldn't have been more correct about coming back. Next day, I got to floor 10 3 times. Address that. 3 times. I've never been on floor 10 this many times before. On probably any tower. Instead of laptop splitting probably, but I mean the floor 10 is basically like halfway point here. But now in the difficulty chart it's basically the end. But first one ended up obviously on quarter stats. Second one, I mean, just watch it. That's just disgusting what I'm gonna show you. How did you go Formula 1 speed to the left side, Mr. Shovel Wall? Final boss. How? Like, bro, you're going turtle mode to the right side, but to left, you suddenly feel like Max Verstappen in Formula 1 and you just decide to just blitz me? Okay. Anyway. I think you already know what's coming. Oh wait, you said Cliff Farm? Well, not today, bro. Cause this entire floor 10 footage, besides the quarter stats, is going to be the longest one you'll see. But it will be for a reason. Just please watch. In fact, instead of the original music that plays on floor 10, I'm gonna do something due to my legacy mindset of Fantasy Tower. Let's put its floor 10 instead. I was here. I got past the jump I failed on one time. I almost fell, but I saved, and I'm back on this tightrope, doing it. And now it was just a leap of faith. Let me talk really quickly while I'm here how I was feeling. I was honestly just absolutely shocked. I knew a win was coming, but I did not thought it was just that simple. I used a different strategy, as you saw, because to be honest, this one felt a little bit more safe than the one I used before. And so that's what led me here. I wanted friend, as you saw from the message, to come here, but I don't think he saw Discord, so message I sent him. So yeah, don't worry, he came after the window, just a few minutes later. So, oh wait, I just spoiled. Oh, whatever. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's end that massacre, that PTSD, that cancer-giving journey to first the sea, to the end. I beat it. I finally beat my first soul crushing. I have tiny bit of reaction that was kind of aftermath probably, but I'm just gonna put this on the screen. Oh my god, I was in relief. Oh my god, I fucking beat this. I fucking did it. Bro. It's been so long. I made out of this PTSD. I did this. Oh shit. Should be really proud of yourself for being in this tower. Not a whole lot of people are able to actually do it, especially with how difficult the last 3 floors get. Nah, bro, how about we put this to floor 8? Floor 8 was some of the worst. Don't ask me how, but like that was the worst floor of them all. Except for where serve pat on the back. Oh my god, I did it. Oh my god, it's over. It's actually so over. I don't have to grind this. I don't have to grind this. Oh my god. Good luck with any future soul crushing towers you may face. This is only the first of many you will be challenged by. Nah, we're TOTL next, probably. Screw top though, trouble. I'm going TOTL. Oh my god. Bro, just look at the chat. Bro, I was like spamming. So, this marks down my first AC, but what will I do now? Actually, while I'm doing this video, some spoilers even have been made. I am going for tower thinning layers as my next hardest. Although you most likely won't know by the time the video comes out. But I think I'm just gonna ditch this for now, just for some more styles. Seriously, grinding with only tough and tough to skill thoughts feels like, I don't know. What are those like examples sold on paper or something? salt and pepper or something, I don't know. Just basically two absolute disaster combinations. So yeah, I'll probably do something like Tower of Ultraviolet, Tower TOVA, TOVA. I forgot the name. Maybe Tower of Yearning Victory, Tower of Questionable Chance, and Funky Groves. That will be my options, basically. I'll just choose some to do. And yeah, that's it. Also, I hope when this video comes out, I'll already get back my 100% easy and medium completions because of the Steel Spire Horizon coming out. So, yeah, thank you for watching. That was just insane journey to me. And I did not knew I had the skill. So, let me just calm down. Let me have a rest. Peace.